Right then, hello, good evening, and thank you very much to Saru there for raiding with the party of 25. Funk. Raise your funks, everybody. Thank you very much. And thank you also to, before the stream, just while I was setting up, Mr. Bryest as well for the 21 months. Very kind, good to see you all. Welcome. How are you, Saru? How are you, raiders? How are you, chat? Are we keeping good? Are we keeping in good form? I'm here today to remove Eurobeat from the from the oceans of the world. Nah, it's good stuff. We're going to be jumping in with a bit of Cold Waters. It's been a good week or so since we've enjoyed it. Thank you to Herto Grosch as well for the 28 months. Good to see you. Hopefully we're keeping well. I'm not doing too bad, Adrius. I'm chilling out after a reasonably quiet day. I've definitely just been chilling out at home. I've been in my jammies all day, which has been nice. Not really had anything planned. It's been good to just recharge the batteries in between work days. Monday, Friday are my day off at the moment, which is why we have the 11 AM streams on these days. Really enjoyed XCOM this morning, and the whole not dying thing. I'm clearly not ready for. I'm clearly not ready for classic difficulty on XCOM. That much I have shown. At least I was a bit less of a tactical bozo today, if nothing else. So yeah, how are people doing in chat? Are people good? I'm off to get some good food after stressful Ori. Were you playing Ori in the Blind Forest, or am I getting confused? Hello Jane, good to see you. Ricey, hello, good to see you all. XCOM, Xbox, it's true. Who knows? Yes sir, yes, that's it. Lovely. Feeling pretty well over here, I'm glad. Feeling like shit as always. We'll change that, Ricey, if we can. I'm going to turn my back for a hot moment while I go and refill my water bottle. If it makes you feel better, we'll give you a free pass on some Anarchy while I'm away. I'll be just a second, chat. Oh. I'm back. Anarchy. Right. Anarchy over. Anarchy over. Cancel Anarchy. Abort. Anarchy. Stop. There it is. Okay, we're all right. We're back. Fucking bear song in chat there. Hopefully that brief few seconds of Anarchy brightened your day up a little bit there, Ricey. Hopefully so. Right. So, yeah, welcome back to some Cold Waters. Still playing that same bloody campaign in the Seawolf. We're taking an absolute age to try and beat the Chinese Navy away here. All them facts, please. That's the one. Hello, Happy Hammer. Good to see you. Ever played Hearts of Iron 4? No. Although I feel like I'm going to have to play it because of the fact that so many people ask me about have I ever played it. I get asked like every stream if I've ever played Hearts of Iron. Never ever played it. Please forgive. That's it. Feeling better now. That's fantastic, Ricey. Okay. So yeah, we're going to be jumping in today back into our Seawolf class. I don't know what I know what campaign it is, but I think we're on turn, or stream 6, 7 of this campaign. It's been dragging on for a long time. If you think about it, 2 hours per session. Like, this has been a long old campaign. I'm looking forward to actually winning, hopefully, which will be nice. Can you play as a Royal Navy sub in the South China Sea campaign? Only with the more playable subs mod there, Migas. Which is, yeah. Otherwise, it's all American subs. You'd probably like Hearts of Iron 4, but it's an investment to learn, I see. Well, there's actually talk in the background of playing some D&D with a couple of the ZF guys, which should make for an interesting stream. I like to think that Joe's got a vivid imagination, and I would be okay at Dungeons and Dragons, but it's not a lack of imagination that keeps me away from D&D. It's the absolute tome of a rulebook and a universe that you have to try and learn. It's always been too overwhelming for me to sit down and actually try and pick up the pieces for. So I've never been able to really get sort of motivated to figure it out. Lack of friends, that's it. Small Hands Brutus makes a comeback. Maybe Small Hands Brutus, or I was thinking of maybe Kuberk kind of thing. A kind of orc that got hit on the head. I wanted to play an orc, even though that I think they're considered as chaotic evil. But I wanted him to, like, be hit on the head with a rock, and him to be kind of like... do you know, a bit like... what's it? That super mutant from Fallout 4. Milk of human kindness. You know, like, kind of try and sort of clumsily integrate into, like, a human society kind of thing. Half-orcs are playable, that's true. Which should be interesting. The Thing from the Goonies, that's the one. D&D 5e is actually really easy to get into. Lovely. Like Son Goku. I can't remember the name from... I can't remember the guy from Fallout. Fallout 4. Could be Forks, I've got no idea. Anyway, yeah, we're going to be jumping in. Half orc, half dwarf. A fork. I'm going to play a fork. Literally. Piece of cutlery. Right, okay, let us jump in. Forks is Fallout 3. I don't know, I think it's Fallout 4 guy. I can't remember. Strong, I think it is Strong, yeah, from Fallout 4. That's the one. A dork. That's it. Pretty much the same over here. Would like to try D&D, but it's so intimidating, yeah. So, Social, I think, had offered to DM for us. He's never DM'd before, which is a great opportunity because of a lot of the people playing haven't played before. I've never played D&D, Jane's never played D&D, and it's a fantastic opportunity for Joe's vivid imagination to go and try and do some problem solving. And I think kind of the stupidity of sort of Joe, the natural daftness that is my own being in this world, will suit quite nicely to kind of a bit of an orc, like a shopkeeper saying, that'll be 3 gold pieces, and sort of Kuberk having to rifle through his pockets, and he puts like a rancid pocket potato down on the table, like sort of looking sort of cube shocked. Is that the one? You know, so that's what I think my orc would be. Kind of a daft, half stupid. Yeah, I think I'd work really well. You're saying your character is Yampy, pretty much. Right. Anyway, let us actually get into some cold waters here. Looking forward to actually getting in the sub there. I'm just going to pause the main game soundtrack. Awkward, that's it. You ripped out your pocket, that's the one. Big capper. Right. Let me have a look there. I just need to refresh that. Close that. And then open up the game here. Lovely. Good stuff. So I've got my chat on my right-hand screen. All being well, I've got subs and the what's it screen over on my left. I was really tempted to do a second bout of XCOM this evening, but I know XCOM isn't for everybody. We've bashed that before, so it's I can appreciate if people obviously want to give XCOM a miss this time round. But it's I know obviously a lot of people. I think Cold Water is a bit of a staple favourite for a lot of people, so that's good. That's good. You smell, read, check. Is that right? You ripped out your part. What? Sorry, I was the only new player in a group of 5 and everyone was just super skilled and experienced, and I was like, okay, I'll shoot an arrow, and it was meh. Okay, fair enough. Well, we'll see. A nice... when will you go back to Trains, Q? God, I never thought Twardy would be asking for Train Sim. God, yeah, I don't know. Hopefully as a sort of a nice, gentle, my first D&D, it will be accommodating to a certain extent, one would hope. Okay, so here we are back at the main... Train Sim World 2 is out, is it? I've not seen it in any real detail. I might go and have a ferret, see if the game's actually worth playing. I might give it a go then. You said you got Twitch chat on the side, so just making sure. Oh yes, that's it. So I can see up to about a minute ago. So J-Bar just at the top said social would be a good DM, I think. So I can see that far back in time. I promise I didn't scroll up. So yeah, not doing too bad for Vision. Probably still won't read it, you know what I mean? We have a reputation to uphold. But yeah, I can see 2 minutes into the past kind of thing. Okay, so let us load up our campaign there, which is lovely. Ashtaroth, good to see you, my friend. Well done in the XCOM campaign, Ash. You did well. Let us load up our South China Sea Thomas Chesterton, the catchy colour science South China Sea 2000 NATO colour save. Really rolls off the tongue. Digby has already picked his character. That's the one. Good stuff. Right, let us load. Superb. Right, I need to instantly hit the briefing button as we go in here, just so I'm able to identify what we're actually going to be doing over the course of our adventure here. So, Captain of the USS Connecticut SSN-22 in the vicinity of Kaohsiung, in Taiwan, 30th of October 2000, it's 2100 hours in the evening. Let us review our orders. So for the Commander-in-Chief of the Pacific Fleet, the mission is as follows. Satellite photos show that an enemy battle group armed to the teeth with cruise missiles is preparing to sail from Cam Ranh. Intelligence estimates even that they will make a conservative patrol in the vicinity of the Philippine Sea. Locate and sink this group and as many of the warships as possible. Previous recon indicates the force will contain at least 1 or 2 ships armed with anti-ship cruise missiles. Consider these your primary targets. An escort of surface combatants and/or attack submarines should be expected, which is lovely. Right, thank you very much to Ouija there for the 29 months, you old sod. Thank you very much. Good to see you. Good to see you. I also wanted to say as well that we did absolutely... We've already blown past, like, the 70,000 mark. We're on 70,300 followers. We're, like, well on the way to 71. It's crazy how many followers we're getting through at the moment. It's like... It does boggle the mind. Lovely stuff. Okay, so let us jump in further then. So we're going to the Philippine Sea to intercept a raider group. Now, the Philippine Sea is out here. They're coming from Cam Ranh, which is... all the way down here. So you guess they'd come through the Luzon Strait. So let me hold around here. Let me hold on the Luzon Strait. They're operating in and around the Philippine Sea. Move out of the way of that guy. I can see my target coming up past the Scarborough Shoal now. What is important is that I'm able to intercept him in time. Oh, I've found someone. Whether it's my target, I don't know. USS Connecticut SSN-22 in the vicinity of the Luzon Strait, 1st of November 2000. It's 11 o'clock in the morning. Captain, we have a new sonar contact bearing 210 designated Sierra 1. XO reports our depth is 600 feet, heading 223. Speed is 20 knots. Local conditions are rain with light breeze, and a very strong surface duct and thermal layer occupies 206 feet above, or below the surface, I should say. What are your orders, sir? Let us rig the ship for silent running after all hands to battle stations. And let's go from there.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
I think I did. Yes, Migas, I did. I kind of accidentally completed that mission. Let's take a look at weapons here. So currently I am out of decoys, and I'm very, very low on weapons, to be honest. So I probably want to go back to harbour at some point and attempt a reasonable repair, or at least a rearm, of stock and supply. Now, we have no contacts to report at the moment. Ambient noise is 98 decibels. If this is indeed the raider group that we are here to intercept, then they're going to be surface contacts. So we're going to begin... I say we're going to begin our transit up to a more reasonable altitude, depth. I'm going to come all the way down to 2 knots so I can try and identify what it is I bumped into here. Looks like civilian in nature. The Luzon Strait is quite a shipping choke, so it's entirely possible I bumped into some kind of mercantile, biological, or biological contact. Looks like a stern trawler, potentially. I think it's that. We're going to mark it as Sierra 2, potentially warship in nature. Keep going for identification. All the way into merchant shipping now. Going around to submarines. Potentially a Song SSK. What does the K stand for in Song SSK? A very quiet 115 decibel subsurface contact sitting just below the layer. Okay, not a problem. What does the K stand for? Killer? So it's Hunter Killer, is it? Submarine, SSK. Hello, Messi. Good to see you, sweetheart. How are you faring this fine Friday evening? Right. So if this is a song, what we're going to have to do is probably engage this guy with a swim-out torpedo and go from there. Hello, T-Line. Good to see you. Everyone, this is Messi Essie. This is all-round lovely person and Digby's other half. You already knew who she was, but she does do Twitch games. She does stream on Twitch. I highly advise you following her. Or she is lovely. Yeah, no, it's good stuff. Good to see you, Messi. I have a very cute dog staring at me with a tennis ball. It's a bit late, isn't it? Messi is a booby street. Do not say controversial things, boss. Be nice. Be nice to the guest in chat. Be nice. Behave. Right. How do you know the range using passive sonar? You really can... with regards to like ranging on passive sonar, I think it's just matching an audio profile, so like an audio signature for like if you recognize the sort of sonar signature of the vehicle that is giving off the sonar signature, then you are able to extrapolate how loud it is versus the ambient noise of the ocean and use that to estimate a rough range. Obviously active, it would be much better at extrapolating a distance, but by knowing the ambient noise of the ocean and then extrapolating that data into how loud the enemy's audio signature is, you can use that to extrapolate a distance. Song is coming sort of across our bow here from a sort of west to south or west to east kind of thing. It should be interesting. SS indicated that the vessel is a submarine and the K suffix was that it's a hunter-killer, so this guy is out here to kill me. Definitely part of some kind of ASW countermeasure. Quite a small submarine at only 8.5 metres across and 74 metres in length. If you compare that to me, I am 108 and 10, so it's a very short stubby thing, a bit like the skipjack. Chances are we're going to have to really... I'm just getting some good ASMR vibes from the microphone in that position, so I'll put it back there. Stern trawler up above. Very nice. Thank you very much there to Atom Murney for gifting a tier 1 sub to Messi S. Good to see you. There's the Founder's Badge. Lovely stuff. Thanks for the clearance concerning D&D chat. That's the one. Short and stubby. Like my PP. Represent. That's the one. Eiffel Tower. Right. Okay, so let's have a look at engaging this target then. Currently 73% solution. Once we get a more accurate picture of him, we can choose to engage here. It looks like the enemy sonar suite is probably some knockoff of something we've made in the rest. This is a French L-down low-frequency sonar fitted on... Yeah, this is the French one. So actually they've got like the actual French one. They must have bought it in export rather than it being a Chinese copy. So they've got the real thing. This is a dangerous submarine that we're fighting here. It's not got an amazing test depth, though. Only 1,000 feet. That's pretty dated for this point. I wonder what do we know about the Song SSK, then? The Song is the first really modern Chinese submarine design with a modern teardrop shape hull and single-shaft propulsion. Compared to previous design...
Sierra 2, last bearing 192. Contact faded.
Well, we've got a rough bearing, so we're going to engage. So, firing point procedures. Bearing 188. Range to enable 6,900 yards. Ship ready. Tube ready. Shoot tube 3.
Shoot tube 3. Aye, sir.
Oh,
Weapon 3 has cleared the tube and is running normally. So this is what is called a Mark 48 ADCAP torpedo. Advanced capability torpedo. It is an improvement on the Mark 48. It has an extremely powerful sonar, passive and active sonar ranging and homing system, and also is very, very quick, being able to pull, I think, 65 knots at top speed. It's an absolute blisterer of a torpedo. I know, Messi, I genuinely, I can't remember when we first met each other. I know that I knew you before you and Digby got together, but I didn't know how, like, intimate our friendship was by that point. I don't remember exactly. It's also crazy as well, because we first played Divinity like 3 years ago. The first run of Divinity was 3 years ago. Yeah, well, actually, let me double check the speed of the Mark 48. If I go here, ADCAP torpedo. Yeah, max speed is 65 knots. So it's got like a max speed, and then it's got a it's got a range of 42,000 yards, which is like big. And then a 50 knot speed with 65 at top speed when it's active, and then a seeker range of 4,000 yards. So it's significant, to say the least. The first Divinity was 3 years ago. It certainly was. Three years ago, that's about when I joined it. Howdy ho, Q. Man, I miss the Divinity streams. I can only get my old video game friend to play it. Yeah. I know what you mean. Right, we're going to activate this weapon now.
Weapon acquired.
Hello. Okay, we are tracking. So that song must have been a lot closer than we thought. What I'm going to do then is start diving us down deep to try and avoid any torpedoes that are coming our way. Dive, take us down to 1600, the test depth of our submarine. Filling the ballast tanks. The propeller is only spinning at 2 knots to try and reduce our passive audio signature, or our passive sonar signature for the enemy craft, because again, the slower you turn the screws, the less noise your engine and obviously propeller makes.
We've lost the wire.
This is tracking someone. I don't know whether this is tracking him. I'm guessing it is, unless there's a biologic contact, but you would have thought at moving at 2 knots we would have detected it already. I can only hope that this torpedo does not turn around and try and engage me. We are diving. Ooh, there it is. Noisemaker away. Okay, helm, come right, bearing 314I, rig ship for emergency alarm, all ahead flank cavitate as we begin to dive down to 1600 feet. All ahead, all ahead. Silence the alarm, right. Let's get set for torpedo evasion.
Sierra 1, last bearing 171, contact faded.
Now I'm trying to turn away from my torpedo so that it does not accidentally acquire me back.
Bearing 187.
Helm, just come full left, 269.
Left 269. Helm aye.
Now I've got no decoys at the moment, so I am at the mercy of. So we're just going to load plenty of torpedoes and another harpoon in tube 4 for now.
Con, helm.
He's loose to
steady course.
spread. Torpedo swimming back around and is tracking on target again. I'm going to activate my active sonar.
Switching to active search.
See whether I can find him on active moving at this speed. Probably not. Coming down to my test depth now, trying to get out of the way of these torpedoes. We are tracking. Looking good. We're very close.
Noisemaker bearing 183.
We're so close to it. We're all the way down at 1600 feet at the moment, which is excellent. There we go. Weapon is searching, searching, searching. Weapon is searching. Will it reacquire? It's reacquired. What we've got to hope is that it hasn't acquired me. Looks like it's turning in. Looks good. Oh, is it back into a snake? I don't know. Sounds like it just missed it. Jesus. High octane first mission.
Con, maneuvering. Making turns for 359.
Another noisemaker's been dumped somewhere. Was that it? I heard it dump. I think just around here. We are tracking. Excellent stuff. If he's just dumped and that was it, then he's in trouble. Because he's not going to get another chance. Here we go. Have we got him? Looks good. Yes.
Contact. Sierra 2, last bearing 169. Contact breaking up.
There he goes. It was not a song class. I think it was a Romeo or some variant of.
Torpedo room, tube 8 ready.
But they are engaged and destroyed, which is lovely. We are currently blasting out away at 35 knots to the west. Enemy torpedo has gone active there. It is staying at a reasonable depth, so we are just going to have to try and open distance here as fast as we can, just to try and get away from the sonar head of the enemy weapon here. We can only hope that it is searching reasonably shallow, although it looks like they set a constant depth for it. The only way I'm going to beat this guy is by opening range, and that is what I intend to do. If the other weapon is pointing over this way, then we are going to be in trouble, so I'm going to assume that it is, because there were two. I'm going to assume that I'm getting away from it. Okay, active sonar off? I suppose I could. Yeah, let's silence the active sonar.
Sonar, switching attempting the passive search.
Lovely. Right, not too bad. We can't tell the difference because Cube blind and Cube read, it's true. If he knew, he wouldn't have fog glasses all day. What are we looking at? What's this? Hello, Teddy. How you keeping, man? Do what Digby and do a Digby and launch everything at the same time like a madman. We are a surgical navy here. Surgical. Yeah, no, hopefully everybody's having a good evening. Like, good to see you all. Shaving cream. Shaving cream. Shaving cream? What's this about shaving cream? I've got too much chat to read. Quick question for you, dear sir. How do we get our glasses not to fog up when wearing a mask nowadays? Now that is a piece of advice that I can actually give you. There's two ways to do it, right? The first thing, and I won't take full credit for this, right? There's a couple of ways that you can do it. First things first is to have the mask pulled up really high, right? Not to the point where it's exposing your mouth, but if you have it situated so that the top of the mask is just under your eyes, you can rest the glasses on top of the mask while it's on your nose bridge. So rather than having the glasses directly on your nose bridge, you can have the glasses extend out onto your sort of the rim, the metal strip that goes across your nose. That's one of the ways. The other way that I learned quite recently, and I've actually had some very good results, because the reason your glasses fog up, right, is because the seal where your cheeks are, so the actual seal under your eyes, obviously the masks leave a small gap there, and the hot air, the moist breaths obviously launch up in there, and some people use like a little bit of medical tape to try and close that gap, but a lot of people don't want to walk around with sellotape on their face there. Now, this does not work for cloth face masks and cloth face coverings, the reusable ones that are like machine washable, unfortunately. They are it's a workaround that I have found with a colleague that's exclusively for the blue disposable medical masks with the metal strip that goes across your nose. What you can do with those masks is you can actually just pinch them at the bridge, right? Just enough to create a gap, like a hole, like a small breathing hole just on the bridge of your nose. And when you breathe out, the air is funneled up through that gap, and it just goes between the bridge of the frame where your two nose pads are, where your nose rests between your glasses, and it basically shoots up there rather than going up where your cheeks are. And it means that you get a tiny bit of fogging on the sort of inner curve of your lenses, but it doesn't fog up the whole full lens. Big brain times, that's it. So if you just where the mask is on your nose bridge, if you just pinch that so that you create just a little air hole that points up, then the air for your obviously your moist breaths obviously shoots up through the top of that hole, and very little actually goes through where the cheeks are, and that helps clean your glasses, or that helps reduce the fogging for your glasses. But yes, it's something that I've only found to work for the blue medical face masks because of the fact that they have that metal strip in it to help it conform to your bridge. And with cloth face masks, obviously you don't have that. So with cloth face masks, I can offer no wisdom, I'm afraid. But at least the blue masks, we're there like that. How do you get prescription inserts for airsoft masks? I have no idea. Migas. I reckon it would be one of these specialist companies. It's not something that an optician would do, because like opticians don't create glasses that are certified for receiving a BB. You'd have to go to some certified airsoft place that does that kind of service. It'd be a bit weird. Thank you so much for the expertise. It's appreciated. No worries. Also, if you use those blue paper masks by twisting the elastic on side to form an X, input it. Sorry, the air will vent out of the side. That's true. You can like make the mask a little bit more taut, and it sort of goes through the sides there because it pulls away from the side of the head. That's also a good idea, Jason. Right, we just need to speed up time so that the enemy weapons are nearby, or no longer nearby, as by design, and then we should be good to move on, which is interesting. Man, that was the second worst thing when I used to play airsoft, forsaking my glasses because they didn't fit in the mask. That's the one. Yeah. I personally, like, just... Well, I tell you what was the worst thing about the airsoft, because the first time I went airsoft was for a meet-up with the FK Armor Group, and I was a rental. I'm going to have a big drink as well. I will do that. My drink alert. Don't forget about the surface contacts. I don't believe there are any. I believe this is an ASW Big Yay. I don't think there are any surface contacts here. Thank you very much to Professional Narwhal as well for the 10 months, and to Happy Hammer for the Prime. Very, very kind, sir. I don't know whether I caught you, Happy Hammer, but if I didn't, there it is. Your official thanks. Yeah, so I was a rentee at the airsoft site, which means I got like a mask, a second-hand mask. But the mask was like, rather than being like plastic lenses or plastic goggles, they were like a metal mesh with like this black paint on them. So it was like a mesh goggle type thing. And the problem was that when you the masks were obviously not in fantastic nick because they were rental, and where the black paint had peeled away and obviously diving in and out of the mud over the years, the actual metal sort of chassis, the metal actual undercoat, the metal that made up this mesh, had all like rusted and gone horrible, which meant if you got shot in the mask, you'd get like this spray of rust and black paint in your eyes. It was a real bastard. It really was. Yeah, that wasn't ideal. That was the only bad thing, because I got rinsed by cyanide in the fucking face, right? The thing that I don't know about cyanide, right, is that I'm almost certain cyanide is not UCARA certified, and yet he had all of his own gear when he came to the airsoft site. I think somebody must have bought it for him or lent it to. I don't know. But he had this M4 variant, like a SOCOM M4 with the Picatinny rails and everything, all the attachments, the foregrip, the 1x red dot sight. He had the lot. He even had like a fake suppressor silencer thing, I think, on the end. He had all the mod cons, and it was tuned to like this thing, right? It could fucking shoot a mosquito out of the air at 100 feet. You know, like it was tuned beautifully.
Yeah.
And it was quite powerful for an assault rifle. Definitely, its sort of feet per second was a little bit higher than your average one. Because my fucking, for all the good it was worth, I might as well have just loaded my BBs into a straw and just gone like some kind of aboriginal with a blowgun. Because of the fact that these rental M4s that we got were in pretty sorry nick. The fucking mags wouldn't feed. It was so bad. Like there were the airsoft magazines with the like the thumb like tension, where you rub your thumb against the bottom and you turn the little crank and that tensions the spring in the magazine. But the problem was that the magazines were so loose in the M4s because of the fact that they were rentals, that the fucking BBs wouldn't feed out of the fucking gun. So you'd be pulling the trigger and you're like, this guy's cheating, he's not going out. Only to figure out that you pull your magazine out and about 16 BBs just fall all over the floor because the mag doesn't fit well enough in the magwell to actually feed the bullets, which was the worst. Yeah, just throw BBs at them. Go in for the melee. That's why I brought my trench knife, you know. You need permits to have airsoft guns in the UK. No, not permits. You need what's called a UCARA defence, I beg your pardon, right? There's a law in the UK where it is you cannot have what the law refers to as a realistic imitation firearm without a defence. It's not a licence. It is. I've looked at this in some detail, and even then I'm not 100% sure. But as much as I could gather, it's for the British Airsoft Retailers Association or whatever they're called, and it is basically a defence to own, so a legitimate reason, for the lack of it, if you wanted the non-legal term, a legitimate reason to own a realistic looking, so a gun that looks realistic, a realistic imitation firearm, so something that's not a gun that looks like the real thing. You have to have a valid reason for owning one, and in order to purchase from an airsoft site, you need to have what's called a UCARA defence, and you need to be what's called UCARA certified. It's not a licence. This is the thing that a lot of people get confused about. It's not a licence. It's not permission necessarily to own one of these guns. It is a database of regular airsoft players who, by being regular airsoft players, have a valid reason to own these weapons, and therefore can use their UCARA registration number, or their UCARA defence number that they register through the UCARA like forms and service to then buy from airsoft salesmen. So like the Yukara defense is really just something, or your Yukara number, the thing that you register for, is really just nothing more than a piece of verification at the point of sale, so that you can buy from these different airsoft sites and stuff. It's incredibly like that. It's very easy to tiptoe around, but you shouldn't, kind of thing. It's odd because you can be non-Yukara certified and still own a realistic imitation firearm if the firearm that you were given was a gift from someone who is Yukara, who does have a valid Yukara defense. It's so messy. That's kind of sad. That's it. It's yeah. There's all kinds of regulations in on it. I should probably end this mission, shouldn't I? That's the one. Let's leave combat. One time it was a Ming, not a song or whatever it was I designated it as, that we have engaged and sunk. We've got 8 AdCaps, 4 swimouts, no MOSSs and so on. Now, I mean some kind of adjustable insert that you can attach to a mask you already own. I've got no idea. Like I say, it's not... As somebody who only works in, like, what I would call a civilian optician, that would be... I know for a fact that we wouldn't make inserts, like, for that kind of thing. Maybe if you went to a local, I don't know, it's hard to say. You'd probably have to get in contact with like either a service that specifically deals in that, so an airsoft, like people who make airsoft goggles and masks and stuff, and then get in contact with them to see whether or not they could order you prescription lenses for an insert in one of your masks, or just outright make you prescription airsoft goggles or whatever. Or glasses, airsoft glasses, ones that can withstand a BB. Or maybe get in contact with like a lens lab, but like the problem is with like a lens lab, the people who make lenses for glasses, is that they would never say that these would actually survive a BB hit. It would probably be a professional service that you'd have to get in contact with that make them specifically for airsoft, because surely the eye care part of it in terms of airsoft must be regulated by some kind of airsoft association or something like that. You can't just go to an optician and say, oh yeah, will these be okay for BBs? You know, it's just, yeah, I don't think that would work. I think you'd have to go to like a proper airsoft certified goggles manufacturer that deals or has some kind of prescription service, which would just be like, yeah. Can I ask for a monocle? Yeah, go ahead. I don't think they sell them. Not for a few years. Not for 100 years. But I suppose if you brought one in, that could fit a prescription lens. I don't see why you couldn't get a monocle. Bit outdated. Might get a few funny looks, but I guess so. I can't see why you wouldn't be able to. There we go. I've just cube hydrated, don't you worry. That was the burp of... the water burps that I'm calling. Honestly, your imitations are the best. Is that right? Okay, excellent initiative. However, this was not your mission objective. I know. Where? Where's he gone? He's disappeared. Oh, I bumped into someone. Captain, we have a new sonar contact bearing 107, designated Sierra 1. EXO reports our depth is 600 feet, heading 174. Speed is 20 knots. Local conditions are stormy, with high wind and a very weak surface duct and thermal layer is at 267 feet. All hands to battle stations. Rig ship for silent running.
Cons.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Slow it down. Sierra 1 has faded. There is at least one Sierra contact somewhere in this water.
2 knots. Maneuvering
We need to try and find them again. Ambient noise is 111 decibels. So what we're going to do is we're going to immediately come up to periscope depth, because we're never going to find, unless somebody is literally banging a couple of bin lids together, we're never going to find a submarine in 111 decibels. So what I need to do, cavitation, that'll do it.
Designated Sierra 1.
Okay, that's worryingly... Oh no, okay, thank God. Oh no, it's not quite a Sierra. Oh, an Alpha. Okay, that's nasty.
Sonar, Sierra 1.
Oh, current depth.
Classified as submerged submarine.
Okay, firing point procedure 099, range to enable 6,800 yards, ship ready, tube ready, shoot tube 7.
Shoot tube 7. Aye, sir.
Tube 7 has cleared the tube and is running weapon 7 has cleared the tube and is running normally. Dive take us down deep to 1,400 feet.
Make depth 1400 feet. Dive aye.
Turn us over. Start the dive down. There's an enemy Alpha somewhere up and ahead, and we need to make sure that we're keeping up with him, which is nice. Alpha, that thing will outrun your torpedoes. Alpha is if it is an Alpha, which I believe it is, it's a very, very capable Russian submarine that is being lent to the Chinese for this war, or to, well, speakly being sold to the Chinese for this war, due to the recession that this game talks about.
Making turns for 2 knots.
Okay, set torpedo to run at top speed. We'll see if we can find this Alpha. Hopefully we can.
Sonar lost contact. Sierra 1, last bearing 099. Contact faded.
Now what I should probably try and do here is switch this torpedo to active and try and provoke a response from our Russian friend, so that I might be able to track him. Let us go active, because if I can get him to respond, I might be able to try and pinpoint his position through a noisemaker. So if he doesn't know the torpedo's there, then he won't be able to drop any countermeasures. But if he does know the torpedo's there, then, well, he's, you know, he might make an effort to deploy some countermeasures, and if he deploys countermeasures, then that gives the game away. I'm assuming that he doesn't know where I am, short of just the torpedo firing, which means he will try and acquire me as best as he can. I'm assuming he's just going to try and leg it. And not least, the final justification for using active sonar and giving away that the torpedo is incoming is due to the ambient noise being 111. This is very loud ambient background noise for the sea because of the storm above. All sort of stormy and choppy, as you can see. And that means it's very, very difficult to, well, stay undetected.
Fire control, weapon acquired.
There we go, we've got a track on something. Now, if that was passively homing, the ambient noise would have made it very difficult for us to, well, actually track the target. Maybe we wouldn't have heard the Alpha. The only saving grace is that the Alpha is an extremely loud submarine. Although that says, well, 142 decibels isn't really semi-quiet. Like, that's quite loud for a submarine, especially at this point in the war. Like, especially in the 2000s, 142 decibels is nothing to be proud of, sadly. Thank you very much, too, I'm going to say, as Ponzi Boy as well. Star Killer as well, going back a little bit there. I think I've already thanked you, though. But yeah, Ponzi Boy and Cookie, 12.97 for the Twitch Prime and 6 months, respectively. Thank you very much, both. Now tracking this Alpha class. Once we get a little bit closer, we should hopefully get some torpedo data from the weapon. Oh, there it is. So he's fired a weapon in anger. Now that he's fired a weapon in anger, we're going to speed up, and we're going to come this direction, holding our southern vector. We're just going to let the Alpha do the work. No sign of our quarry.
Fire control, we've lost the wire.
We've lost the wire, but that was to be expected. Reload tube 7 with a swim out. That's it. Plastic explosives, exactly right, see. Well, what's interesting about the Alpha is that its main propeller is actually really loud because of the experimental. I think it uses like a special, like liquid drive or something, like a liquid metal something like reactor or something like that. It is actually really loud.
Yeah.
So what they equipped it with, I don't know whether you'll be able to see it, but that tiny dot there is actually a creeper motor or a caterpillar motor. There you go. You should just be able to see them just there. There it is. They equipped them with these tiny little caterpillar motors, tiny little creeper motors that only do 1 to 2 knots, but basically allow for dead silent running without using the main, loud main propeller. But it looks like our torpedo's caught up, and we've netted ourselves a fish, which is excellent. Dive come down to 1,600 feet because he's shooting the very modern U-set torpedo. Not quite as good as the AdCap, but the AdCap's amazing. So even though that it's not as good as the AdCap, it just being good is a worry. Nope. 1,600, there it is. Right. Thank you very much there to Idlem there for the Twitch Prime sub. Thank you very much, sir. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome this fine evening.
Maneuvering, making turns for 3-5.
Lovely stuff. Yeah, they did bang the bid lids, didn't they, comrade? Lovely stuff. Can you survive after getting hit by a torpedo? Pretty much all modern torpedoes, by the standards of the guys that we're dealing with. Oh wow, they imploded. They imploded, chat. So they didn't fully flood, but they went down beyond their test depth and just imploded the inner compartments. Yeah, look how deep this water is. Jesus Christ, it's beyond 3,000 feet. We're in a deep bit of ocean, my friends. Yeah, most of the time, the only torpedo hit that you would survive would maybe be a drop from a helicopter, because obviously the thing about the... I mean, a lot of people obviously don't really... scale in this game is kind of difficult to appreciate. If you'd actually look, right, Google Mark 48 torpedo into Google Images, you will see the size of them. Like, they're enormous. They're much bigger than you think they are. Let's put it like that. Like, they're huge. What subs are you in today? I'm in the US. I think it's the Connecticut. Am I in? I'm SSN 27, which is a Seawolf class submarine. Yeah, they're absolute monsters. SSN 21 was it? Yeah. Go on, Ricey, I'll give you a snare drum. Now get out of my sight. That's the one. Or was it SSN 22? I've got no idea. SSN 20 something. Lovely stuff. So we're just trying to outrun those torpedoes. I don't know exactly where they are, so I'm not going to speed up time, just in case I need to make any last-minute maneuvers. But yeah, we'll move on here. It won't take too long for them to pass behind us. They're like somewhere over here at the moment, so give it a couple of minutes and then we'll go there. Right. The thing is that even on the rare chance you survive a torp, it would have crippled you, exposing you to another shot. Absolutely. Or in the case of the Alpha, because of the fact that they've imploded, it meant... So basically, wrecks do not implode if they are completely flooded with water. So what an implosion indicates is that there was still parts of that submarine that hadn't imploded, because like sea pressure doesn't act upon something if the pressure inside is already at the same level, which it would only be this deep if there was water inside the sub of an equal pressure. And can't, like, honestly, like, implosion, right, is just I cannot stress how violent an implosion is. Like, it's not like a creaking thing where it very slowly, like, comes in on you to be crushed. Like, slowly sucking the air out of a tin can. Literally, like, a fucking implosion is like... You have a sphere, and then... Thung! Instantly, in a single visceral fraction of a second, it becomes a 2D shape. Flat, like... If indeed it just doesn't completely rip itself to pieces through the sheer force of the implosion. It's just terrifying. It's terrifying. Oh, God, it doesn't bear thinking about. And this is a deep ocean as well. There's no coming back from this. There's no rescue down here. Not even half a second, Sloth. Like not even half, it's just a single visceral instant. It's like a click of a finger, and the ship just flattens. Yeah, it's terrifying. They must do, Tink. They must have, like, real mental health issues. Surely they do. Okay, so we have at least just one USET 80 torpedo, which I think has evaded us. Well, I've evaded it. Sounds like it's passed behind us, which is fantastic. Definitely passed behind us. We're going to come up to a slightly safer test or depth of 600.
Make depth 600.
There we go. Reduce some of the pressure on the hull. Lovely jubbly.
Con, dive at 600 feet, dive high.
Lovely, lovely stuff. Right then, most people get anxiety going to an office job, never mind a metal tube that wants to horrifically kill you. It's true. There was a submarine story for you. There was a submarine called the USS Thresher, I think it was. And it was like, as best as I remember it, and I may not have all of the details, I'm sure people in chat will remember it better than I will, but essentially what happened was it was undergoing like a diving trial with its crew on board, and like there was a ship on the surface just above it, and then it was down at its test depth or something like that, or very deep. And there was a physical phone cable between the two, so that the ship above could coordinate with the vessel while it was that deep down. And something happened that meant that the sub couldn't surface, or it couldn't go up, and it just slowly started to sink. Just slowly started to, just 1 foot at a time, and it just never came back up. It disappeared into the inky depths of the ocean floor. No. It just like, yeah. If for something I can't remember, it was like, I don't know whether it was that the Thresher was rushed or something like that, but there was some problem, and it took on a small amount of water, which meant it couldn't achieve neutral buoyancy, or there was some problem with like ballast or something. I can't remember, but it basically couldn't surface, and it just slowly started to creep deeper and deeper and deeper until eventually it structurally just failed in a single cataclysmic just crushing, which is just, oh god, just awful. I'd to go searching for a pistol to shoot myself. I've got to be honest, Viprek, right? A pistol or death by implosion due to water pressure, both are probably equally as instant in terms of a death. Like both, like, again, I cannot stress like just how instant the submarine crushes to nothing. I saw a YouTube film of Smarter Every Day, and he covered the manner of working of nowadays torps and submarines. Oh right, did he? Sorry, my bad. Apologies for the butchering of reading that. See, SSN-22. It is SSN-22. Good stuff. Don't mess with the ocean, man. But you all don't have to wait with the pistol. It's true. You could go straight out. Yeah, as instant, but the sinking Thresher beforehand was probably a tad longer than an instant. Maybe. The Kursk disaster was pretty bad, with the sailors still alive at the bottom, slowly waiting to die. I think the problem with... When they slowly waited to die or something like that, but the thing with the Kursk disaster, as I believe it's been found, was that the thing that killed them, if like the lack of oxygen, the lack of food, being trapped in a small compartment, it was actually fire that killed them, wasn't it? The fire was the sealing fate, because in the infinite wisdom of the Russian dockyards that built the submarines, decided to use oxygen scrubbers, air scrubbers, to scrub CO2. The chemical that they used in the air scrubber was flammable in contact with water. In a submarine was flammable. And the, like, because the water already had an oil slick on it from the damage, it just went off like a tinderbox. Which is just, yeah, like, oh god, yeah, it was really bad. So the fire not only would have caused them to suffocate, but everything just burnt. That actually didn't last too long. That was it. Right. Is that the sub where they recovered some of the guys' diaries and letters from who survived on the bottom? I think that's the one, Glockter. Anyway, let us leave combat. Story time with Joe. Moving on there. Good job, but this was not your mission objective. I'm trying to find... I'm going to have to go and... I don't know where the target is. I tried to intercept them. The Philippine Sea is huge. I think I've lost out. Yeah, I think I've lost out. The battle for the Spratlys. Oh my god, look at this. US they've made some ground? I can't believe it. US Marines are making substantial headway into the Spratlys after securing and expanding several beachheads in coastal areas. As key airfields have been secured, the USAF has been able to airlift substantial reinforcements into the country. Allied forces are now said to be in control of roughly half of the country itself. In this week's edition of the International Defense Journal, RADM Turkey, USN RET, no idea, Writes on why neither side can claim to be winning. Activity in the region remains high as Chinese and American fleets contest control of the oil-rich Spratlys. Holy shit! I didn't realise that fucking Rear Admiral. I see. Sorry, Rear Admiral. Good to say. Okay. Well, yeah. So the Spratlys are back under American control then in this contest. Yep, Spratlys are back under our control. No idea where the target is in the Philippine Sea. I've completely lost it. I think it transited the Luzon Strait slightly further north, but I've completely lost contact with it. Like, the Philippine Sea's huge. It's not that. It's I need a surface contact. Oh, I found something. USS Connecticut's SSN-22 in the vicinity of the Philippine Sea, capturing a new sonar contact 276, designated Sierra 1. XO reports that our depth is 600 feet, heading 246, speed 20 knots. Gentle conditions are pretty much, well, ideal for detection, worst for evasion. So local conditions are pretty bad. So let us, all hands to battle stations, rig ship for silent running because we're going to be caught with our trousers down here.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Immediately rigging ship for ultra quiet. Ambient noise is 95. Not awful actually. If that was low 8, if that was like 80s, that would have been horrendous.
Bearing 298.
Oh god, they're very close to us.
Sierra 1.
Sierra 1. Looked like a biologic there, actually. Yeah, blue whale.
Con sonar.
Oh
Sierra
god, we're
1
being
is
detected.
classified as
Helm come left.
to
Dive take us down to 1,000 feet. Swing us around. Sierra 2 has been detected. A sub. Gotta be a sub, right? Not an alpha. Was it an alpha? I think it isn't. It's that alpha. Alpha SSN.
Con sonar. Sierra 2 is classified as submerged submarine. Come right to 222. Helm I.
222, alright. Right, another swim out. Yeah, we're just going to snapshot. Snapshot bearing. Well, we're not going to snapshot, we'll fire traditionally. Firing point procedures 274, range to enable 2,000 yards. We've got a launch transient, all hands alarm, crash dive, a head flank cavitate. Silence the alarm. Okay, right. Oh, no. Press the button. Right.
Come right to 231. Helm I.
231 I. Right, start taking the bubble off the boat. Helm come left bearing 173.
Come left to 173. Helm I.
There we go, they're firing more launch transients off on us.
Sonar lost contact. Sierra 1. Last bearing 30.
Passing 1,100 feet.
1,100 feet aye. Rudder is leveling out.
Regained contact on.
They're going to start cavitating. This torpedo, I'm hoping, will acquire immediately once it goes active. And then we should be good to go. And again, I do not have any MOSSs for torpedo evasion, so I am at the mercy of here. Hopefully this thing finds our target relatively quickly.
Con, helm, steady course.
Come on, matey. If you activate now, you'll find him. Come on. It's passively homing. Should find him, unless he goes beyond the search cone of this weapon. Surely that's going to find him. I'm going to go active myself.
Con sonar, switching to active search.
Looks like this. He might have evaded this weapon. At least 2 bandits in the water. Both going to be U-sets. Okay, slow us down. Back emergency. Get ready to fire another torp.
0 knots. Maneuvering I.
Snapshot tube 7.
Con, torpedo
Fire.
room.
Con sonar regained contact on. Sierra 1 bearing.
Con maneuvering. Making turns for
Yep, it is
5
tracking him.
knots.
Okay, excellent. Torps are coming down that way.
Con sonar switching to passive search.
Right, okay. Bring us to 10 knots.
Make
Helm,
turns
swing
for
us around.
1
Come full
0
right rudder.
knots. Maneuvering I.
See if we can disappear from him. steer this guy on. I'm going to go ahead flank cavitate, and I'm going to try and change directions as best I can.
Knots. Maneuvering eye.
Hope that I can get away from these guys.
Con sonar. Noise
We'll
maker
hydrate in a
bearing
moment, chaps.
276.
Sever that weapon running.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 2. Last bearing 274. Contact is in the baffles.
Contact is in the
Con
baffles.
sonar regained contact on Sierra 2. Bearing 27.
I can only assume that he's lost the wire on his weapons because of the fact that he's going so evasive. And if that's the case, I might be able to just pull a quick old alley-oop away from this guy. Dive, take us down to 1600. Get us as far away from those torpedoes as we can reasonably be. 1600 feet, aye. Our target's somewhere out there.
Noisemaker bearing 272.
Keep the speed up, keep the speed up. 32 knots, gotta be good enough. Keep trying to get away from those torpedoes if we can. At least one of the torpedoes, no? Okay, no, it's two separate ad caps. So we've got 4 weapons in the water, 2 on me, 2 on him. It is definitely an alpha. Should reveal any second. There he is. Umbrella Corporation on the back, which is nice. Can only hope because he's firing down this way. But those weapons are continuing to go down that way, and that I'm going to be able to get away. Not far from the bottom here. 1900 feet. Bolden at 1600.
Con, fire control, weapon countermeasure homing.
Alright, it's alright.
Con maneuvering.
Keep it
making
spinning.
turns for 3,
He's making
5
41 knots, man. Thing's an absolute speed demon.
At 1600 feet, dive high.
Oh, there you go.
Lost contact.
He couldn't
Sierra
evade
2,
both.
Last bearing 263. Contact
There we
breaking
go.
up.
Hit him on the bow, and he's come to a dead stop with the propeller, so I'm guessing that's a full paddling. Now, other torpedo should get him. There he is. Right. Q, chat, and chat question. Have I played Dangerous Waters? Pretty old sonalist combat simulations, modern naval warfare game, but much more complex. You can swim, FFG, Oliver Hazard, Perry, and fly using P3 Orion, trace sonar, radar, ESM contacts, do triangulation of their path manually. No, I've not played anything like that, Grigor. I mustn't say that I have. One thing I didn't realise, right? Jive Turkey. He's deleted his Twitch. I didn't realise he deleted his Twitch. I know that he's moving more into like submarine documentaries, which was absolutely a fantastic direction to go in. But I didn't realise he's outright deleted his Twitch. I didn't realise. There's the other torp. I can hear it. There it comes. It's chasing us down. And chinned the floor. Lovely. Torpedo's going to come down and wrap up. The simple fact that we have not received any contact is promising. Lovely. Yeah, let's drink. Oh dear. Big drink of water. I can hear the unmistakable sound of a torpedo closing. Has somehow missed again. Suppose it was trying to change depth. Is now at the right depth. It is going to turn in here. I can hear the active pinging of a certain couple of weapons. Torpedoes coming in again. I'll drink to that. That's it. I thought you meant Jive Crayfish, but then I remember Jive Turkey is the sub guy. That's the one. Torp. Is the Torp just locked in circular search around him? No, there it is. Target acquired. That's a humdinger. Oh yeah. If there was anyone alive, that's seen to that. Right at midships. Okay. Still enemy weapons nearby. I've just got to keep an eye on the depth of the water. I'm reloading a... No, I've run out of those torpedoes, so we're going to load... Yeah, we'll load another harpoon. Why not? We'll get use out of them. Keep going. Can you hide on the floor? No, I don't think you can. The story of gaming. I don't know why, but I just don't think you can. An Alpha engaged and sunk. Excellent initiative. We engaged another submarine contact. I'm just trying to... at this point, I might just call it quits and go up to Okinawa and rearm, to be honest. USS Connecticut, SSN-22 in the vicinity of the Philippine Sea. 03 2000, 1100 hours. Captain, we have a new sonar contact bearing 125, designated Sierra 1. XO reports our depth is at 600 feet, heading 082 even. Our speed is 20 knots. Conditions are clear with a light breeze. What actually is your mission? I've got to track a raider group of anti-ship cruise missile boats. Not subs, but fucking ships. And yeah, I've been unsuccessful in my... I detected them moving by the Spratly Islands, but I lost them around the Luzon Strait, and they've disappeared into the Philippine Sea, never to be seen again, it looks like. Right. Let's have a look. Okay, so all hands to battle stations.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Rig ship for ultra quiet. Ambient noise is 93 decibels, which isn't too bad. If there's a submarine, they usually like to hide just below the surface duct. Helm come right bearing 133.
Come right to 133. Helm aye.
An unusual contact, to be sure. Is that a oil rig? It's a large tanker of some description.
126, designated Sierra 2. Con sonar new contact bearing 267, designated Sierra 3.
Lots of alphas out and about.
Con sonar Sierra 2 is classified as submerged submarine.
Just a lot of the same going on, really.
Sonar Sierra 4 is classified as biologic.
Okay, dive. Take us down to 1,600 feet.
Make depth 1600 feet. Dive high.
There's loads of Sierra contacts. I'm guessing all of those extreme range ones aren't going to be relevant to me. If that guy is indeed 3.5 kiloyards away, I've got to fire now. So firing point procedures, bearing 132, range to enable 3,300 yards, ship ready, tube ready, shoot tube 3.
Shoot tube 3. Aye, sir.
Weapon 3 has cleared the tube and is running normally. Let us run Weapon 3 at top speed and start trying to find our target.
We've lost the wire.
Didn't think we'd lose it at 5 knots. I guess the really steep angle has caused us to lose that. We will release the ship from silent running for the sake of reload. And I definitely need to go back to harbour and rearm. Can I have a drink of water here? Right. In fact, if you'll forgive me, I just need to go and use the lavatory. I'm just going to pause the game here. And I am going to be 2 seconds. With the anarchy again. Undeclared anarchy. There it is. Wow. I'm back. Has anyone here ever eaten whale before? No, I can't say I have. Right. Go back. Right. Hopefully, this weapon... Oh, I didn't set the weapon to run that shallow. Did I? Did I set the weapon to surface search? Did I? I must have. There's the target I'm tracking.
Con sonar, launch transient from Sierra 2.
Right, so we've got a launch transient. Let's go all ahead flank cavitate. Let us turn
5 knots. Maneuvering on.
north this way, bearing 042. Come left helm.
Helm left 2. 041. Helm I.
I must have set it to surface search. But the anarchy doesn't. Does that sentence make sense?
Con
Yes.
sonar,
Did
lost
you wash your hands?
contact.
You're awfully quick.
Sierra
Yes.
3, last
It wasn't a
bearing
big wee-wee,
2,
I must be
7,
honest.
2. Contact is in the baffles.
Contact's in the baffles.
Con sonar,
There
lost
we go.
contact. Sierra 1, last bearing 2, 3, 5. Contact is in the baffles.
Right then.
Con. Helm. Steady course.
Plus. It, no big boy weebies, that's it. Well, it's delicious. Some pan-fried onions, sour cream and potatoes. I eat it every summer in the north. Ah. Yorkshire. Or what north?
Con sonar,
There we
noisemaker
go.
bearing.
That's
1,
all going out,
4,
which is
0.
fan-dabby dozy. Lovely. We are tracking the Alpha here. It's
Con,
worrying
dive
how
at
close range these guys
160
get.
feet, dive
Don't
I.
like them, man. They get so close. Oh, our torpedoes are just brushing past each other now. My torpedo will find him in good time. Definitely getting closer.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing. 1,
Countermeasure
5,
homing.
1.
Can't see it yet. In the water. Can't be too far away though. Helm come right bearing 072.
Come right 2. 072. Helm
Still
I.
tracking. I see it. There it is. Has it got its tail to us? No, it's coming right at us.
Con. Helm.
What?
Steady
It's coming
course.
right at us. What is going on here? Hello, Darkness. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. That's going to go right in.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing.
Yeah, too late.
0.
That's a big rip. Okay. Let us hope that we have the speed and angle to outmaneuver this. Get the hell away from whatever it's trying to do to us. Right. I'm going to have a big drink of water. I'm pretty much through the entire water bottle. I've done well for hydrate, chat. Speed up time demand. I don't really want to unless I know I've definitely evaded this torpedo. Oh, go away, man. Go away. No. Go away, man. Helm come right.
Come right 2. 103. Helm I. Con. Helm. Steady course.
Yeah, I think we've done it. Yeah, we're away. Lovely, lovely. Right, let us come back up to a more reasonable depth of 600 feet.
Make depth 600
And then
feet,
it's just a
dive
case
I.
of moving off and away, and then we are golden. Sorted.
Con, dive at 600 feet, dive I.
Lovely stuff. Right then. When is Q from Jamaica? It's true. I've always, man. Always. Rasta man. Just can't believe it, can you? Right, okay. Leaving combat. We got another Alpha engaged and destroyed. Now, do I just call it quits trying to hunt for this vessel blindly in the Philippine Sea? I feel like, yes, I should go back to harbour and use the opportunity to repair and rearm. How long's it been since the last Bear song? Not long enough. Yeah, I think pulling off and, yeah, go and rearm. Oh, there we go. Discouraged to hear that you lost the opportunity against such a high priority target. Better luck next time. Enemy presence in this area will likely hinder Trans-Pacific convoys. New orders will be sent after reassessment of enemy capabilities and assumed intent. Further orders to be transmitted on this downlink. There we go. The PLAN has made some gains. Convoy Calamity. A Chinese strike group operating unopposed in the Philippine Sea have sunk an undisclosed number of merchant vessels and escorting NATO warships. NATO spokesmen admit that this strike group poses a major threat to all shipping in the region and that prior efforts to intercept it had failed. Reports indicate that the continuous supply of materials into the region is paramount for the war effort. The loss of materials and ships seriously undermines the US's ability to maintain combat operations. That's the one. Okay, looks like we're not rearming. So, tactical situation. A wolf pack of enemy attack submarines has been operating in an area 100 miles southwest of Korea. They have been terrorizing coastal shipping lanes as part of Beijing's strategy to starve South Korea into reining their support for the United States in this conflict. You therefore must transit to the East China Sea and conduct an ASW sweep of the area, avoid any civilian casualties. So we're going South Korea to the East China Sea. Okay, let us continue on course. We're going to the East China Sea. I mean, I could go to Okinawa. I'll go to Okinawa because it's only next door. Right, let's do it. 32 days at war, we've got 239,000 tons here. It's Mr. Soviet. Hello, Cube salute. Obviously obligatory. Please return to your homes. It's the Womble raid. Everybody dive. Get the run for your lives. It's good to see you all, everyone. How are we doing? How are we doing this fine Friday evening? Thank God it's Friday. Thank fuck it's Friday. Well, not really. Thank fuck it's Friday. I work weekends. It's terrible. Terrible business. How are we doing? How are we doing? Welcome. Ruskar is coming. Good to see you all. Welcome to my slice of the South China Sea for this evening. I'm currently trying to make again. So, what is Cold Waters? Glad you asked. Cold Waters is basically a submarine game. You'll pick it up very quickly. Basically, at the moment, we're at conflict we're in a theoretical conflict in the year 2000, the turn of the millennium, engaging the Chinese Navy. As NATO, as an American submarine, a Seawolf class, SSN-21, I think it was, if I remember, or 22, I can't remember. USS Connecticut, we are currently in operations just south of Korea at the moment, in the East China Sea, trying to conduct an ASW sweep. We've just pulled into Okinawa for repair and replenishment, and yes, we're going to go and get our ship fully ready for combat. So we're going to load up 6 of these decoys, we're going to load up 10 of them. We're going to load up, we've got 4 of those on board, that's probably fine. And then we're going to load up a shitload of these. Yes. Fully stocked, 16 hours at port. Let us reload swim outs in these 2 tubes. Let us reload a decoy in tube 8. And then let us head off. No damage to the ship. Cast off. ASW sweep in the East China Sea. That is our target. There's our target. Engage them. Lovely stuff. Don't know whether this is our actual target, but we shall have a look. So, USS Connecticut SSN-22 in the vicinity of the East China Sea. 4th of November 2000 at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Captain, we have a new sonar contact bearing 269, designated Sierra 1. XO reports our depth is 150 feet, heading 280. Speed is 10 knots. Local conditions are broken with a strong breeze and a moderate surface duct and strong thermal layer. It occupies 124 feet below the surface. What are your orders, sir? My orders are to man all hands to battle stations, rig ship for silent running, or ultra quiet, and attempt to identify our targets. Now, we're currently knife fighting in a bathtub at 266 feet. Not very much room for torpedo evasion or maneuverability. So let us see what is going out there. Any downside to loading swim out ad caps? Why else would you take regular noise ones? I'm not sure, Sea Power. I'm not sure what the difference, whether there was any drawback to using these. I definitely can't see if there is any. I mean, so let's have a look. So swim outs, 42, 50, 65, 4000. What did there? Major improvement. Okay, so the Mark 48 ad caps are major improvement over the original Mark 48. It's just a slight difference. Eliminating the launch transients. I don't know what the difference is. I'm gonna pretend, because these are like pretty strong torpedoes. I'm gonna pretend like they're in short supply or something. But yeah, I don't. I suppose the game has no limitation for loading those ones. Okay, whatever we are fighting, it is a quiet boy. Bring us down to 2 knots. Let's play the silent game.
Make turns for
As I
2
press my microphone
knots.
into my
Maneuvering up.
face. For the full tiptoe experience here through the East China Sea. Okay. Slowing down to 2 knots. Helm, turn right, bearing 357.
Come right to 357. Helm I.
You got the depth of a kiddie pool, I know, right? So what we're doing is we're trying to listen for hostile submarines that may be operating in this area. They're trying to attack merchant shipping, heading to South Korea, in an attempt to try and starve them out of the war. We can't let that happen, and we've got to try and find this target. Now the problem is, we're in very, very, very
Con maneuvering.
Shallow
Making turns
water.
for 2 knots.
in the middle of 100 decibels of ambient noise, which is quite loud for an ambient sea state. You can see the water on top is very choppy. It's going to make picking out a quiet sonar contact a bit of a chore. So we need to be careful. We need to try and engage as best we can. Ideally, I do not want to be in a situation of having to go active. Well, I am the aggressor. Yeah, so I have to have a look for this guy. Bring me up to periscope depth. I'm just going to use radar
5 feet, dive by.
in an attempt to try and see if there are any surface contacts. Hopefully not. But it's good to have a look.
Oh,
Thank you very much to Sultan Pete there. Why I always have so an hard feeling in my pants at the morning. I don't know. Thank you very much to Annihilator as well for the cube salute there. Very, very kind. Okay. Won't the enemy only if the enemy is using radar itself. So yeah, if the enemy is using radar as well, then yes, it will detect me, and if it's a warship, it will detect me. But at the moment, let's raise ESM to start with. Actually,
Raise the ESM mast.
electronic support measures. Nothing on ESM. Absolutely no detection threshold.
Lower the ESM mast.
Raise radar.
Raise the radar mast.
There we go. We have a single radar stern trawler tagged all the way out there,
4, 5 feet, dive by.
but otherwise nothing else.
Lower the radar mast.
Lower radar. So there's a single fishing vessel out over that way. Right, what we're going to have to do is come down
Make
to
depth
200
150
feet.
dive by.
200 feet. And try and go active and provoke a response to whoever's hiding in this water. Now we do have a fresh complement of mobile submarine simulators, so we can get away from these guys. But it's going to be tricky, it's going to be difficult, it's going to suck major ass. Do I play this... Sorry, you play this so much calmer and relaxed than Digby. That's it. Well, I like... But it's very different, isn't it? We get very different gameplay experiences out of Cold Waters. I like the idea of sneaky warfare. That's why I played Rogue on my last Divinity. I like sneaky, big sneaky. Use provoke. It wasn't that bad. I actually really like Digby's way of playing because it's just so chaotic. I love it. But yes, we are doing the sneaky warfare. And Digby likes Eurobeat. I think everyone likes Eurobeat. I like Eurobeat. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I've cleared my baffles by turning due north. Baffles being a blind spot behind your submarine. So with them cleared, what I need to do now is try and identify where it is the enemy vessels are hiding. But in order to do that, there's only one way, and that is active sonar.
Con, dive at 200 feet, dive by.
So I am going to prepare to go active. So con sonar, switch to active search.
Con sonar, switching to active search.
Now what we'll... Oh, there we go. We've got a reply. Switch to passive search. Snapshot 21258.
Shoot 2-1. Aye, sir.
Weapon has cleared the tube and is running
Con,
normally.
Helm, steady course.
We're being pinged on active, weapon away. Helm, come left bearing. 317.
Come left to 318. Helm I.
318. I can live with that. Don't you have a towed array for clearing that part? I believe there is still a tiny blind spot, Scorpy. Because I have baffles. I lost someone in my baffles earlier. But that could have just been the fact I was going at high speed and the towed array was lowered as a result of that. Question is, have they... oh dear. That ain't good, Chief. Right, in the knowledge that they have fired a response my way, I do need to be very, very careful about how I proceed here. I'm going to continue to go slow because there's not much chance of me being able to find this target if I don't maintain my weapon. So I need to keep the weapon tracking for now, and I will use the MOSS to try and draw the torpedoes away from me should the need arise. Now you may be asking yourself, Q, what is an MOSS? Well, an MOSS is what's called a mobile MO submarine simulator, and it is basically a torpedo that gives off a loud enough audio signature and creates enough cavitation to trick a torpedo into believing that this weapon here is in fact a submarine, and can confuse enemy sonar heads to the point of allowing us to slip away, basically.
Con sonar, new contact bearing 267. Designated
267.
Sierra 2.
There we go, they are cavitating. Okay, what we're going to do then is helm come direct
Come right
north.
to 3,
Now that we've
5,
found
6.
them, we're going to go ahead flank cavitate
Con
now.
sonar, we are cavitating.
In the knowledge that we have found them,
Con
we're going to go
sonar,
direct north.
noisemaker bearing.
Come right to 0, 1,
Now
2.
what were we
Helm
dealing with?
I.
Do we know? I've got no idea.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
All I know is I've got to get out of the way of these
Come
torpedoes.
left to 0, 0, 2. Helm I.
002 due north. We're accelerating to 23 knots.
Con, helm.
If he's that
steady
close, the torpedoes that he fired can't be far away. We've really got to try and haul ass here. Moving north at full crack. See how we do. 2 torpedoes. Looks like fired. Oh. Okay, interesting. These torpedoes. There's another torpedo somewhere out
Con
here.
sonar, noisemaker
There's
bearing.
another
2,
ship.
5, 9.
I believe we're fighting 2 separate contacts. Right, because this weapon is already searching. This weapon is running straight. And I believe this weapon, one of the weapons, was coming from behind the ship that we are tracking on active. Don't think I can go any deeper than this safely. 200 feet is my limit. Trying to get out of the way.
Con, torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
Don't know whether I'm tracking the target behind it, or whether I'm tracking Sierra 2. I'm tracking someone.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 250.
He just
Con,
avoided that.
maneuvering, making turns for 3,
Both of these
5,
weapons are
9.
now in active search. We're tracking something shallow. Maybe the stern trawler. We're now tracking a completely different target. Looks like it's yeah. 2 separate targets. We're now tracking a second target. Let's slow down and get another weapon away. Turn for 5 knots.
Con sonar, no longer cavitating.
Snapshot bearing tube. Yeah, snapshot bearing 252 tube 1. Shoot tube 1.
Con, torpedo room,
Oh,
tube
shit.
jammed on launch.
Okay, we're going too fast. Slow it down some more. Snapshot again. Tube 2 bearing 251.
Aye, sir.
Tube 2 is away. Jammed up the tube. Okay, travelling too fast for a fire there. Activate that weapon. Have it run active. We can get that unjammed at Okinawa. I don't know whether I sunk something. I feel like I've sunk a ship. I'm not sure what I've sunk. Oh my god, okay. All ahead flank cavitate.
Make turns for.
Con sonar, we are cavitating.
So if he's there coming that way, I am fucked.
Con, helm, steady course.
Sever that weapon. Just let it run to target. If I'm being tracked by that torpedo, I am screwed. Hello, Race Moises. Only a matter of time before he detects me if I do not get out of the way. Now, the ship that I'm fighting, I don't even know what I'm fighting. Still getting pinged on active sonar. Just gotta try and get out of the way. Hello, Larry. Good to see you, mate. Just hi, bro. That's it. Tooltips for the win. Another launch transient.
Con, torpedo room, tube 2 ready.
Tube 2 ready. Another one coming out on me. Probably in response to the torpedo I snapshot on him. I think this is still tracking.
Con, maneuvering, making turns for 3.
I'm going at
5
full crack.
knots.
He will be tracking me. So I may need to fire at least one decoy.
Con sonar, noisemaker,
Noisemaker.
bearing 2, 3,
Which
1.
means this guy is tracking successfully. Because he's gone into torpedo evasion, which means he is tracking something. There he is. They'll be coming for me. Gonna do it. I think I've got to be far enough away, right? You'd hope so. There we go, it's tracking someone. Locking straight. We can only hope. 69% for sure. All of the noises in chat there. I want to say thank you for everyone who's followed as well. We've just recently dinged on 70k follows here. So yeah, thank you for adding to the hat. Maybe it's tracking me. It's entirely possible. I hope not. But I don't know.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 2, 2, 3.
Yeah, the fact that it's snaking because of noisemakers makes me think that it's still going that way. Helm come left bearing 297.
Come left to 297. Helm I.
The noise plane you have there, sir. My welcome? You're very welcome. Sink all the fishermen. Let's
Con,
keep war
helm,
crimes to a minimum.
steady course.
You in good nick, Larry? How goes the university thing? I heard you were going to like Swansea or Wales because your first pick had like disappeared. But I heard that maybe you are getting an opportunity to get your first pick back, which is excellent news if that's the case. Or maybe I misheard. I don't know.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 2,
Oh,
1.
there he
6.
goes. 2 contacts engaged and breaking up. Lovely. What I need to do now is try and keep this speed up and keep going for torpedo evasion. I don't know what I sunk, if I sunk something. Could have been that stern trawler. Don't think it was. Let me see if I get any responses on active sonar now.
Con sonar, switching to active search.
It's unusual to find a group of 2 ASWs. Red pings are fine, reds are weapons, yellows are ships. Different frequencies. You want to challenge? Play as a Chinese sub? That'll be fun. Or anything Russian. 1 ping only for silly. That's it. Geneva suggestion. I like that.
Con
Looks like
sonar,
we're good.
Switching to passive search.
All I need to do then is just speed up time and get away from these banditos here. Lovely stuff. Hopefully that's our target, and we don't need to do more sub-hunting out here in the East China Sea, because it is fucking shallow. For the lack of a better term. There's nothing here in terms of total water depth. Weapons are still nearby. Keep pulling this way. I need to keep an eye on the ocean floor as well in case it creeps up on me. What did you sink? I have no idea. I can't actually click them because they were undetected contacts. I think I sunk someone that I had no idea he was there. Here we go. We'll find out now. Leave combat. We sunk 2 Ming classes. I think one was undetected. I don't know whether we sunk it. I would have thought that we did, even though it was undetected. I think we probably engaged and sank that due to the fact that the other torpedo disappeared. But I think we actually engaged and sunk 2 Ming classes there. Lovely. Very pleased to hear that you dealt with those subs with determination and resolve. So it was the mission, Commander. Remember that for every vessel we take out, it means safer transit for our troops, transports, and goods. Excellent stuff. Now, you only sunk 1 sub. Fair enough. We sunk enough of them to satisfy the mission, though. Okay, convoys protected. Incidents involving attacks on convoys by hostile submarines in and around the East China Sea have been rapidly diminished. An anonymous spokesperson suggested that increased US submarine operations in the area are a contributing factor. However, the Pentagon has refused to comment on current operations. Without the threat of attack from submarines, trans-Pacific crossings are becoming more efficient and suffering less losses, even fewer losses. If this improved influx of supplies and war materials can be sustained, US forces will be in a position to take the fight all of the way back to the Iron Curtain there, which is fantastic. Iron Curtain, sorry. The Soviet campaign, that was one. South China Sea region, sorry. Iron Curtain. It's been a few years. Lovely. Okay, let us rock and roll with that then. So, in the vicinity of the East China Sea, we get our next mission down the pipe from the Commander-in-Chief of the Pacific Fleet, top secret order on the 4th of November 2000 at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It reads, Tactical situation. Intelligence data indicates enemy plans to reinforce its invasion force at Hong Kong. A convoy of supply ships... Why is China launching an amphibious assault on Hong Kong? There's a road, bro. A convoy of supply ships is believed to be leaving Shantou soon. You must intercept and destroy this convoy before the landing of additional troops and/or materials occurs. NavOps is depending on you. No other ships or planes are in a position to intercept the enemy in time. Okay. Extreme measures against the pro-democracy protesters, of course. Right. I have a rule. Try and keep... obviously, for the sake of thoughtful political discussion, that is fine. But generally speaking, as a gaming channel, we'll keep politics to it. It's not a written rule. I don't have a written rule book here. Bit of common sense. But yeah, steer the boat, helm come left, far away. That also was a political statement. Helm go away from keep it fun basically. Keep it away from politics. That's the one. Okay, so yeah, let's go and find these guys then. So a landing force from Shantou, leaving from Shantou. And then we'll go to Hong Kong. We can sit around Hong Kong and try and intercept. So I'll just come away from here. Hong Kong's already... Oh, okay, I've gone back to the thing. I didn't even mean to do this, but yeah, here we are. Okay, 14 missions accomplished. Let's go to rearm and repair. Might as well while I'm here. Yep, load all of those up. And then did we fix the tube? Repairs needed. Tubes. 16 hours. Okay.
Oh,
cast off. See if we can... Oh, God. See if we can get to Hong Kong. Get up. Oh, we've frozen up. Oh, there's somebody's intercepted us. USS Connecticut SSN-22 in the vicinity of the Philippine Sea. 5th of November, 1800 hours, evening. Captain, we have a new sonar contact bearing 137. Designated Sierra 1. You're driving my boat? Don't fuck it up. So far I haven't. I've had the good juju. Good to see you again, Marcus. EXO reports our depth is 600 feet, heading 237, speed 20 knots. Local conditions are broken with a light breeze, weak surface. Just imagine me on the throttles. It's what I did. There you go. Weak surface duct and weak thermal layer at 173 feet. I'll try and do you justice, if I can. Hopefully.
Con, so
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Rig ship for ultra quiet. One close sonar contact already shining through here. Let's try and get that guy identified. Don't know who the fuck it is, whether it's a warship. It's loud. It must be civilian in nature if it's going to be that loud. Not quite. We're definitely in the civilian contact range. What
con,
is that?
sonar new contact bearing 20.
So that one's clearly not the threat. Sierra 2. That looks like submarine.
Con, sonar new contact bearing
Oh, God.
145. Designated Sierra
Alpha?
3.
We got Alpha here?
Con, sonar new contact bearing 163. Designated Sierra 4.
What is this place? It's not
Con,
quite
sonar
that.
new contact bearing 222. Designated Sierra 5.
Obviously not Sierra. Not that. Not an Alpha. Not that. Shang? A Han. It's a Han, SSN.
Con, sonar Sierra 2 is
Nuclear
classified
powered.
as submerged submarine.
Please tell me I'm not like in a sea of like fucking enemy vessels. Just tell me straight. Just let it be one single submarine operating alone. Give me the good news. This looks civilian in nature. I think I like literally just blinked as I was going past. Stern trawler.
Sonar Sierra 3 is classified as merchant.
Bring us down to 2 knots. Keep us very hidden.
Make turn.
Han
for
Sierra
2,
2 is cavitating. The enemy
maneuvering
seems to be moving away from us. We're going to get a swim out on it. From the left tube, so tube 3. Firing point procedures, bearing 207, range to enable 2,700 yards, ship ready, tube ready, shoot tube 3.
Shoot 2-3. Aye, sir.
Okay, weapon 3 has cleared the tube and is running normally. It's going to be running passive to target on the Han. I'm going to wait for the enable point here. Let's read a little bit about the capabilities of the Han. 5,500 ton nuclear-powered SSN. In service since 1974, the Han's are the first generation of Chinese nuclear-attack submarines. They are notoriously noisy and known to have poor radiation shielding, earning them the nickname Glowboats. Oh dear. They are fitted with sonars and fire control systems derived from French and Italian design, so it's not too bad. It's got an okay passive system, but what can we do? Yeah, it's probably they probably don't want to be serving on that then. I'm probably doing them a favour. They're basically the scrappers from Crying Sons, aren't they? At that point. Well, at least it's quiet. Or at least it's loud, and I'm quiet, so I can tiptoe around it, hopefully. Okay. Sorry about the whistling noise, I'm just having a drink of water, lest I be thrown upon the rocks by Mr. Carr himself, so bear with me. Having a hydrate. Oh, no, sorry, I've got to stop. Moobot said stop. I did get a good swig in. Right. And it's one of the first native-built nuclear boats from China. I wonder if it too has a little stamp made in China on it. It looks like we've got at least one torpedo coming out from there. The low-frequency detection from the Han is coming out and away there. What I need to do is change direction here. All ahead flank cavitate, dive take us down to 1,600 feet. We're going to come all the way down, and we're going to come left. Dive take us left this way, bearing 107.
Helm left to 107. Helm aye.
We're pretty much dead on the money with our torpedo here, and I don't think the Han is particularly maneuverable at 25 knots.
Sonar lost contact.
We're going to be
Sierra
A-OK.
3,
Reload, swim
last
out,
bearing
tube 3.
140. Contact faded.
All hands on deck, that's the one.
Sonar lost contact.
Get a snare
Sierra
drum.
4, last bearing 154. Contact faded.
Lovely. Okay, off we go. Did you ever complete a Cold Waters campaign? No. We are about 14 hours into this campaign.
Con, helm, steady course.
We've still not won yet. Just somewhere an island blows up, that's it. You're doing better than ever. I actually am. It's because I've got the good Marcus juju. I've gone with the blessings of all Marcuses everywhere. How long does a campaign usually take? I don't know, because I've never finished a campaign before, Ray. I've never finished one. I've always either died or just gotten bored and decided to play in a different submarine before I've reached the end, because it requires a lot of time to actually win. Is this the one? We'll find out, I guess.
Con, torpedo room, tube 3 ready.
Looks like we've just got one weapon incoming. And I'm hoping that a sharp change in direction is going to sort that. Let's just make sure that your man here... I mean, I don't know whether Sierra 1 is a... I mean, I hope it isn't a bad contact, Sierra 1. I hope it's like
Con sonar,
lovely,
noisemaker bearing 2,
like
2,
not dangerous at all.
Con maneuvering, making turns for 3-5 knots.
Have a look at her. There it is, the glow boat. Got six tubes on it. I mean, it's not awful. Oh, that's gone active. Has he changed it to? Okay, so yeah, he's shooting it up that way. So my decision to come pounding it, bearing 107, is yes, that was the right call, I do believe. We are tracking. Looks like we're about to land a hit due to the sharp turning of the torpedo.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 228.
Just barely dodged me there. This torp is going to come around again. What is this Sierra contact? Okay,
Con
at least
sonar,
it's...
Sierra 1 is classified as merchant.
It is merchant. From, was that Taiwan? I can't remember. I'm awful with my sort of Asian flags, I'm afraid. I think that's Taiwan. I cannot remember. Or it's something else. There's the Aleutian Islands or something. I cannot remember. It's a spy ship. Not Taiwan or something. The Marshall Islands. Marshall Islands, I think that's it. Where is the other torpedo? I'm surprised they're actually able to get cavitation at fucking 25
Con
knots.
sonar, noisemaker bearing 233.
Lovely. It is either Taiwan or something else on the matter of nations. That's... yeah. You won't see me at like a G7 summit. Enemy ship AI is really good. Yeah, it's doing well, to be fair. It's really pulling good evasion. Although... Bum 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 ba dum ba dum ba dum
Con
ba dum.
sonar lost contact. Sierra 2.
Lovely.
Last bearing 235. Contact breaking up.
Lovely. Okay. The contact engaged and pretty much gone, which is nice. But yeah, what we need to do then, I'm going to come up to a slightly safer depth at 1200. Slightly
Make
safer.
depth 1200 feet, dive
Just to
by.
take a little bit of the pressure off the hull. And then come up again to
Passing
600.
1200 feet. Make depth 600 feet, dive by.
There we go. And then, yeah.
Con, dive at
Just got to wait for us to get out of the AO.
dive by.
And then keep on keeping on, basically. Although, that being said, we are coming up to the 2-hour mark that I am usually streaming for. And I do have work tomorrow, so I am probably going to have to leave this for this evening. So leave contact 1 times hand engaged and destroyed. Unfortunately, this is not your current mission. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to save us here for the evening. That's the one. Oh, that's terrifying, I know, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do there is, yeah, raid Saru on, is she, bless her? Thank you very much to Woodscrap as well for the tier 1 for 18 there, and Sultan Pete. Very, very kind of you all. Right, I completed the South China Sea campaign. The final mission I had to fight a Typhoon, a Delta, and an Alpha. Jesus. Big fish, big fish. Okay, so let us see who is online here. Oh, I just like... No, I haven't closed the game. I did just close Twitch chat like an absolute nonce, so give me a minute. That one. There we go. I closed Twitch chat like a bean. Right, so let us spam the save key and then come back to the main menu and then see who else is on. Right then, let us quit out to desktop. We're going to see the game capture window here, and yes, let us see who is online in the wider scheme of things. Whoop. Let's see. So, currently online, we've got Digby Tatham Water, we've got Saru, we've got Tate Mars. I think Saru raided me earlier. I think it's only fair to return the favour. That's interesting. I wonder if she's just started. Is she just this minute started? I swear she just this minute finished. Yeah, 15 minutes ago she started. Okay, let us move on and yeah, go and say hi to Saru then. Saru is playing Firewatch at the moment. So yes, I am going to, yes, move on. So thank you everybody for tuning in today. This is Saru, all-round lovely lady, small-time streamer gal from the Americas. Do feel free to say hi, and yeah, I will catch you all tomorrow evening for some more shenanigans and games and stuff. So take care, folks. Have a lovely evening, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.